Alrighty, we back. This time it says it's public on my end. Hopefully it's not just unlisted again. The moment I stop talking, Cupcake just snores incredibly loudly. Yeah, not unlisted anymore. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Alright, I'm gonna try something other than... Actually, Deltarune music is technically rights-free. There's no copyright claims associated with it. And all of them that are can be disputed instantly. So I'll just keep playing Deltarune music and hope it's not the cause of it. Alrighty, now I need to pull up chat so I can read it. About the thing before, have I ever tried stacking dithering? Like multiple different kinds of dithering, or like multiple different layers of like dithering. So for example, like let me pull up this real quick. Oops, not that. Like this into this, or is it like this into this? Hey, what's up, Buda Hero? Yeah, I don't really know what's been up with stream. It's been really weird. It keeps unlisting itself. Oh yeah, I've tried that. You can stack tons of dithering methods to make a really good gradient. This is my personal gradient right here. It goes like this dithering checkerboard into this, into this, and then from there it just peters out. That's my personal favorite. I discovered it a while ago, but to be honest, it's way too noisy. It's good for large pixel art though, I'll say that. Oop, I'll delete the other one. Yeah, it's so much fun. Not gonna lie, dithering is what got me into pixel art. Like, when I first discovered the pixel art Discord server, it was because someone else saw that I was dithering, which they saw as an advanced technique, and wanted to teach me that stuff. I don't know if that person's still on pixel art anymore. I occasionally go back to their account and just say hi, because I appreciate what they did. But yeah, after I found out about dithering, I'm like, oh, there's other stuff? What was I doing? Oh yeah, next, sword. Next prompt is snake. Was it Alphonse? Oddly enough, no. I was aware of Alphonse before then. It wasn't BitBoy either. It was, who was it? Lord Pedro. They're just some, like, other random artists. They're not incredibly popular or anything. I think they've only got, like, 700 followers or so, and they only had, like, 600 by the time they taught me about it, all the way back in, like, 2018, 2019-ish. Alphonse is the one who got you into stack dithering. Alphonse was the one who taught me about Slinard. Like Ray Slinard, that pixel artist, and that inspired a lot of my early pixel art, but I eventually kind of grew out of that Slinard phase. Alrighty, snake sword. I'm gonna go for a sandstone brown kind of background. Not gonna lie, that looks kind of like Doogie, so I'm just gonna make it orange-brown. Alphonse, I feel like, exposed a lot of people to the technical side of pixel art, especially when they left and started doing, like, more technical stuff on Twitter and whatnot. They also showed a lot of people the Discord. You must admit you're not a fan of traditional dithering. That's a pretty fair assessment. In my opinion, like, dithering is one of the easiest techs to, like, first learn, so a lot of people will end up using it incorrectly. Or I shouldn't say incorrectly, because there's no wrong way to do dithering. But, like, a lot of people don't quite understand how it works, so they just dither everything. For example, I used to abuse it on pic.codeus.net, and I would pillow shade with it, because I thought it was just cool Game Boy style stuff. I feel like people, when they get more technical, they kind of grow off of dithering. Like, they no longer do one-by-one dithering anymore, and they just, like, work on other kinds of hipster dithering and other kinds of technical shading that don't involve dithering at all. I feel like dithering is one of the least required pixel art techniques, but one of the most used. And honestly, I can't blame anyone for using it or not using it. Personally, I was someone who grew up using it like crazy. The thing you did before you went on many months hiatus is you banded with colors on curves. Or banded colors with curves. Yeah. Same here. I even replicated those mistakes all the way up till nature reclaims the giant. Like, banding is something that, like, takes a long time to sort of wear off. It requires a really good sense of three-dimensional shape and whatnot. Snake sword. My mind keeps going back to like a snake fang, but that just looks like a really boring dagger and not a sword. Ooh, I know. Instead of taking like direct snake anatomy like a snake fang, I can take snake-inspired design. So for example, like a bit of a wedge cutlass sort of blade shape. Oops, that's square tool. We're gonna go at a hipster angle this time. And now we can add the fang implications without it themselves being a literal snake fang. Kind of like a keyblade almost. What if Medusa but Gladius? What's the prompt? Snake. 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 Alrighty. Here we go. I kind of like that. We can make the snake design in the handle, but I like this just as like the basis for the sword blade itself, because it implies like the snake's anatomy. Like it's long, it's got two little spikes right here, the tail end could be emphasized from here, or heck even like the eyes. Maybe like there could be like a snake eye shape etched into the sword up here. I feel like it would be just a really neat prompt. Or not neat prompt, but like a neat design choice. I'm gonna grab a darker gray to give the blade thickness. Sands! Sands! I'm gonna band the crap out of this for a second, and then I'm gonna create a second perspective line. Even if the blade is paper thin, it's still gotta have depth and parallax. Cupcake, can you snore any louder? Hold on, I might take the mic and just pull it close to Cupcake. I want you guys to hear her not purring, her snoring. Heresy. Do 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 do. Spider Dance is still one of the best songs in Undertale. Changed my mind. Alrighty. So it gets thicker towards the less sharp ends, and then any edge you want to be bladed, you make the line thinner. Oops. Oh crap, I didn't put the brown on another layer. Let me, there we go. I was thinking of making a tutorial on how to work smarter and not harder in pixel art. Because, like, there's actually a lot of text you can use to get around things like that. Like, you can just create a new layer and completely negate the forgetting to add a background bit. You can also use layers to basically create your own mask tool. And that was a technique I used long before they actually added mask tools to pixel art. Tenji's art is so cool, I wish banding was real. Man. If banding was real, I'd like band so much. What's a mask tool? Basically, think of it like this. This entire sword, I want to cover all of this and draw below it. So for example, I can press backspace. Whoops, I'm supposed to, I thought the backspace deleted it and still kept the selection there. So I can actually disable this layer, go underneath, grab a fat brush if I felt like it, and draw in this area. That's what a mask tool is supposed to do, except it, of course, makes it less complicated than what I just did. So you can actually just do this with layers. Hold on, let me, I'll show you real quick. Merge down, select this, select that, delete it, create a new layer below it, and bam, you have a mask, basically. Oops, not that cell, that layer, there we go. Now we can make this sword have like a cool pattern on it, or like a cool ombre effect here. Pixel art taking 10 years to make basic functions and not add another filter tool. The year is 2077. Brian has added another stamp modification. It is now easier than ever to steal pixel art, and Brian is just like, okay, but what if we added a gradient tool, but instead of a gradient, it made rainbows? I think that would be pretty cool, I think. I bet the gotcha kids would love that. And then Brian just, like, kept doing stuff like that until the end of time. All the pixel artists on there are like, screw it, we're just using Aseprite and we're gonna upload all of our Twitter art onto here. And get like thousands of times the likes everyone else gets because we can upload more efficiently this way. That is our future in Pixel Art 2077. And why are there so many filters? I feel like most of the filters aren't even good, unfortunately. Like, maybe the hue filters can be used for some nice stuff. I was able to use them to make the Don't Look Up piece, where you can use it as essentially color distortion. But at the same time, it's like completely useless in every other circumstance. You actually started creating your own brushes because the brush tool is still so bad. Yeah, that's the play. You almost never in pixel art want to use other brushes created by other people. You usually just create a brush on the fly for a specific circumstance. Pattern bucket plus eraser is really good at mass dithering. Yeah. That's true, that's true. It reminds me of Pick. Pick used to have a godlike dithering tool. That you can create a brushes? What do you mean you can create a brush? On pixel art, it's pretty easy to create a brush. You just like draw a little thing on an isolated layer, select it, and then I think in the advanced settings of the selection tools, you can make it a brush. I think that's how it works, at least. It's been a while since I've actually used pixel art. Make the shape wand tool, and goes tools on the right hand side, turn it into a brush. Yeah. You can even turn it into a stamp. Yo, I've actually forgotten to tell a lot of people this, but I think this stamp tool is actually kind of goated if you know what to do with it. BitBoy, I don't know if... I know, he goes by Sonhood now, never mind. I don't want to keep calling him his cringe name if that's what he thinks of it as. But, Sonhood, he got really good at saving his work using stamp tool. Basically, he would just like have pages upon pages of stamps. Instead of saving each drawing, he would just create more and more stamps. So that way he could just like compile them in any way he felt like. It was godlike. The issue is though, it's laggy to scroll down through all those pages of stamps. Okay. Oh, hi, Cupcake. Hold on, I'm gonna let the cat out. Cupcake, why don't you tell me you want to go out? Stay? Why'd you go to the door then? Come on. Alright, I'm back. Just a sec. Cupcake sounds sick. That can't be good. I mean, I'm sick too. I don't know, it might just be the weather. We're both arthritic. I'm just beginning to realize this reminds me of like a sword from Ninjago. I just can't put my finger on it because I was never actually into Ninjago. Actually use stamps to save part of a mural you did. Stamp is kinda goated. Yeah, Stamp is kinda goated. I wish the browser for the stamps was a little better though, because it basically shoves the bad stamps down your throat. I wish private stamps came up first instead. The Fang Blades, yeah. Been a minute since I've seen anything Ninjago related. Also, I was 5th grade last I heard of it, so I don't know. Oh, it's playing the OG Deltarune soundtrack now, I think. Excessive anti-aliasing powers activate! Ninjago peaked Season 2. I can agree on that. I'm trying to remember, when did I stop watching? It was a really long time ago. I remember my little brother got really into it. That was when he was like 5, though. I think I kind of tuned out the moment, what was his name? The four-armed villain guy just kind of became a good guy. You have flashbacks of when you used to AA on every corner. My urges to anti-alias everything. I found out recently that I actually anti-alias for a completely valid reason, and that is my eyesight is garbage. So everything looked like it was anti-alias like this IRL. So that's why I over anti-aliased constantly, because I'm like, it's just normal, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what, I'm actually gonna lower this side's anti-aliasing by 1 pixel for every edge. So the 1 pixels get zeroed out, and the 2 pixels get evened out to 1. The masculine urge to AA every pixel. I just want to make it look like the blade has a bit of depth to it. One day you simply stopped anti-aliasing. I envy you. I'm gonna definitely change up the colors a bit, for sure. These colors are kind of boring. I'm gonna go for green grays this time around. I just want to see how that would work. So I want the highlights to be really green. Actually, how about yellow? This lets me ombre into it really well. I've noticed a lot of pixel artists kind of drop the anti-aliasing once they develop a style. For example, who was it? I'm trying to think. Slate. I think they used to go by Moth, I'm not sure, but Slate is really good at holding back on the anti-aliasing. They only anti-alias when it is absolutely necessary, and it's very good philosophy. I'm gonna less saturate that. Yeah, imagine having a style. I still don't have a style, really. My style is having no style. I remember whenever I would play this game, I would sing this song into a song from Evangelion. Like every single time, the beats, I don't know why or how, but like, to me the beats were similar. And I just can't unhear it. Her style is the amount of Pinolite palettes. I feel like my style is computer. Like I just have the drawing skills of an AI. I over anti-alias everything to the point it looks like a blurry photograph. Sometimes I use dithering just to express values that probably shouldn't exist. Just realized that's really banded, but I also want to convey like the thickness of this etching here. I don't know how to do that. Oh, I know what I can do. I know. I fill all of this except that line. Ah, crap. I forgot non-continuous was on. There go. Keep the banding. I gotta keep some of the banding, because, like, there has to be some sort of geometrical consistency. Somehow people are able to discern your art from other people's art. I still find it funny that people ping me on things that they say, this kind of reminds me of Tenji. And I look at it, it's just like, pixel art. I was told that shrimps could see more colors than us. So you invented dithering to show those crustaceans what for. I mean, mantis shrimp can see, like, the entire rainbow of color spectrum from, like, UV to X-ray and whatnot. They're just seeing everything at once, so they're just kind of, like, coked out. They're like, I don't know what I'm looking at here. There's actually a lot of creatures that have insane color comprehension, like more colors than humans can see, but they're basically blind because they see too much. For example, hawks, they have really good eyesight and they can see UV rays. But mantis shrimp can see UV rays but can't see anything else because they're basically blind. Started getting added on a lot of art all the time because of the border and nothing else. Flying squirrels emit UV light. That's pretty cool. There's actually like a lot of things that reflect UV light. Most oils in furs do. So if you were to shine a black light on like any animal, they would kind of light up. Squirrels are kind of interesting though, because I think they actually have like distinct patterns on their backs as well. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh yeah, sword. Let's go, we gotta have that all bright white just to be maximum tacky. Let's thicken this brush by 12. Go to line tool. Oh, whoops. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that lighting. Pure skill. Definitely not me just abusing tools to make this go by faster. BC and UV, yeah. It's because flowers reflect UV very well. It helps them basically see like docking sites on flowers. It's like the flowers just like, go on me, pollinate me, pollinate me. It's really cool. It's like, what's the word? Symbiotic evolution. Let's go banding. Invisible banding because the colors are so bright you can't even see what's happening, but I'm banding. You should use Pear 36, it's your religion. Usually I really like making up colors on the spot. A lot of my best drawings came from just making up stuff on the spot. For example, Dream Alloy. Those colors I made up on the spot, and when I put it in a color analysis thing, it like showed it was pretty good at giving two different colors and an ombre between them. I was really happy with that. So I just kind of refused to become a better person after that. Just like, okay, this is my life now. I'm gonna refuse any help from outside palettes from here on. And that's why I am sad. Pear 36 over social life. When you find a good palette though, I love it when there's a good palette, because you're just like, oh yes, this is exactly what I need. And then you just don't have to use another palette after that. You can just use that palette and you're fine. Alright, now we're gonna go outside and do some reverse, or not reverse, anti-aliasing, just a wee bit of anti-aliasing. Here we go. The song sounds kind of funny. You'll never miss tithing on pair 36. There's so many palettes I hear people use, but I've like never seen them before, so I have like no clue what's going on. Like right now, I have no idea what colors you guys are talking about. I have a confession, I have like never used a low spec palette without it being for a challenge or something like that. Actually, I need to make this more yellow. That's the problem. There we go. His sword. His sword. Pico 8, kinda based. Yeah, Pico 8 is pretty cool. I use it every now and again. I was actually first introduced to Pico 8 by 8-Bit Adventure. Speaking of 8-Bit, I haven't seen him in a while. The only times I see him, he like pops on to say like one shit post and then he leaves. Nanner palettes are either fire but slightly less bright. Yeah, I like Nanner's use of colors. They really remind me of Sonhud's use of colors as well. They both like using the same methods. Really nice. They pull it off very well. Nah, that looks lame. Maybe etch a little symbol on there or two. Pixel Art official Discord? Yeah, I've seen them around there sometime, but I haven't seen them on Pixel Art. Honestly, I can't blame them though. You learned AA from Nanner. That ability one day vanished. A funny story, I actually learned how to U-shift from Flea. Like, when I first went over to pixel art from Pic, I had no idea how to do pixel art technique except for dithering. So if you go back to my old art, it's nothing but dithering. It's atrocious. Pixel is in kind of garbage state right now. I have no clue what's going on, to be honest. I am like so extradited from the culture of pixel art that I just have no clue what people are talking about. Kind of funny, like I used to be a big artist, but like ever since my hiatus, like all my followers disappeared. It's like, oop, I'm irrelevant now. Ricegum will make a diss track on me soon. Not gonna lie, I miss the era of like internet culture where everyone would make fun of Ricegum. You got onto pixel art right when Flea left, and you're surprised how many super good people are making art on it now? Yeah, I feel like a lot of the old good artists have left. But in their wake came like a whole generation of artists who were inspired by them, and now they're making like super fire art. It's crazy. You used to be on it until you got decent at pixel art and stopped using it. Fair enough. I almost made a YouTube video on a pixel art iceberg I made a while back, and one of the things I was going to talk about was how pixel art was a cognito hazard. I really wanted to talk about it, but I forgot, and because a lot of the iceberg was very vague, I didn't feel like it was what's the word? I felt like it was, what's the term? I felt like it was in bad faith to make the video. Crap, what was it called? Disingenuous, that's the word. Good grief, brain fog moment. Because, like, every single person I have ever seen join pixel art says they hate it. Your bit defender gets anxiety attacks when you open the site. Oh, is it like hogging up tons of memory, or is it like showing off signs of being a virus? I feel like the best people who ever touched pixel art all left, and that's pretty fair. Like Slinky, Watchful Eye, Flaya. I don't know, maybe I'm on my way out sometime soon. Oh yeah, I did say I was gonna leave after I finally finish the path. That's gonna take a bit. Pixel art is probably an XK class event item. Dude, it's like class Keter. Joining pixel art is like joining League of Legends. It's like joining Roblox, in my opinion. It's full of annoying kids. It's like, scuffed. Brian's probably making millions off of it, to be honest. League of Legends, I remember. I remember joining it when I was like 9. And that was like the worst decision of my childhood life. Being exposed to just people telling me to kill myself when I was 5. Or not 5, 9. Dude, I didn't know how to handle it. League is crazy. People just have like no respect for each other on there. It's like all trash talk. And at the time, I didn't know it was toxic. Because I was literally like 9 years old. And one of my family friends was into it. So I was like, oh, okay, guess I'll play it. Be like my older, cooler brother. And bam, depression. Bam, cognito hazards. Bam, sexual harassment. Bam, me being a cringy kid on an adult platform. Godre. Worst part of the pixel art is when people discover it, discover AA, do it wrong, and then act like it's the right way to do it. Bro, that was me, for real. Just like me, for real. You just like me, for real. Hold on, I have an idea. What if Poison Sword? Poison Sword. You started disliking most of the recent staff picks. I'll be honest, the only things that get staff picks are things that other random people have tagged pixel art on. Cause like most of the staff picks, like no offense, but like most of the best art on pixel art does not get staff pick because all the followers just assume it's gonna get staff pick and don't say @pixelart in the comments. So most of the best art on pixel art is not even an SP, or at least in recent times, that's how it is. So like most of the newer art, no offense to the artist, I really do like some of the newer art. But I'll be honest, a lot of it is stuff that a lot of their friends saw and were like, yo, this is cool, let's get this staff pick, because they really wanted their friend to get staff pick. It's just how the cookie crumbles, especially on online platforms. At this point, I've kind of like stopped caring about SP. I'm irrelevant now. I don't need SP. When you found out how to do AA, you did it in the reverse way. Dude, same. I would like keep putting new layers on top of my old anti-aliasing. Hold on. Hold on, I need to find it. There's this drawing, a Space Jets drawing I did ages ago. I think it was my second ever staff pick. Hold on, I need to show you and just cringe with me. Cringe with me. This is the worst AA I think I have ever seen, and I created it with my own hands. Alright. Look at this! Look at this! What is this? What is this? Also, I just realized chat isn't on stream. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Just a sec. I forgot to reset the chat on stream option on OBS after I restarted. Where is it? There it is. Oop, there we go. There you are. Like, look at this. That's disgusting. Ugh. This makes me cringe. Look at this. That's not a circle anymore. That's like a square circle. Alright, see ya, Art Man. Or see ya, Oil Man. Hopefully I didn't corrupt your brain with the worst anti-aliasing ever. Alrighty, enough of that. Time to work on Snake's Sword. Alrighty, so I have an idea. What if I gave it like a poison aura? So like around the sword was just like a weird, just green aura. I kind of like the idea of like poison being like magic instead of being like chemical. Because that's kind of boring. Anyone can just dump poison on the sword. That's a rounded square, yeah. It's atrocious. That's my, yeah, I can agree with Artman my oil on that. Just, excessive anti-aliasing of beginner artists. It makes me cringe, like seeing a kid do something very embarrassing on a cringe compilation or something like that. It's like, that used to be me for real. Wait, hold on. I have an idea. Let's use a dither matrix here. Oh, whoops. Come on. What? Why won't it work? Green, brown, green. Alright. I think this'll work. There we go. Look at this disgusting dithering. Oh, yes. Yes. I'm so lazy. Two-tone clouds look good for smoke. True. I kind of didn't want this to be like smoke. I kind of wanted it to be like a weird glowing magic aura. Dude, World Revolving goes hard. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that's Ace of Bright. I do not recommend doing that though. It is atrocious. No offense to anyone who uses those gradients, but like, it's like using the gradient tool in pixel art. Even if it uses dithering, it's still a gradient tool. It's still not stylized, it still has no comprehension of depth or physical roundness of objects. It's just straight up shading. Doesn't make any sense, usually. Wait, hold on. Oh? Oh? Let's go! Outline tool abuse! I actually kind of like that. I actually kind of like this. It gives the magic vibe a bit better than the previous one. That's for sure. I'll definitely cut it off at like a certain point. outline tool for the win. Wait, hold on. What if I... hold on. What if... Hear me out. Dither abuse tool. Ah, whoops, wrong way. Nah, never mind. This looks like garbage. Actually, that looks kind of nice. I just need to tweak the dithering grid a bit more. 2x2. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Wrong way again. I keep... No. I'm gonna go straight down then. Gotta even it out. Wait, hold on. I have an idea. I'll grab 2 bright reds. Put one right here. Ah, crap, I forgot to deselect. One straight down here. Alrighty, that's a perfect straight down angle. Now we grab this green. Select this. Oops. Go directly down to this pixel, and now we have a geometrically perfect gradient. It goes exactly straight up and down. Never mind, that actually looks kind of gross. Never mind. I give up on automating the dithering. It looks very bad, not gonna lie. Imagine no dithering. Oh yeah. Gradient tool. Alright, I'll just do it like manually with hatch lines or something. There's a lot of good ways to do this that don't involve direct dithering. Dear God. Dear God. Sounds like how someone from New Jersey would pronounce God. My God. Line gradients are one of my favorite dumb things that shouldn't work but do. Wait, hold on, I know what I need to do. I'll just erase it past this point so I can make the handle. Continuous, Control D. Wait, actually I'll keep the outline there just so I don't forget where it is. Alrighty, now what do I use for the handle? Do I use gold? Do I use bronze, copper? Do I use, like, silver? I don't know. When I initially made this, I wanted to use a silver handle with, like, a silver snake on it, but it might just not fit with the blade. Or it might fit too well with the blade, I mean. It might just blend in white on white. You know what? I'm gonna try gold. I think I can do gold. A red pink wood? Maybe. Maybe for the handle itself. Like, I meant like the guard. I should be saying guard, not handle. Hold on, this Deltarune soundtrack is just playing all sorts of small little bits of music instead of actual themes and whatnot. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a better song choice. Traditional dithering, better and line or 2-line dithering, 2 misc/stylistic dithering. I call other forms of dithering hipster dithering because it's like you just kind of make it up. I'm gonna save Blackout City for now, but Anamanaguchi. This is just going to be a geometrical base. It does not mean that this handle is going to be forced into this really rigid rectagonal shape. This eraser feels so large. What? Dithering equals music theory. Learn the rules, realize they aren't rules, cry about it, and finally free from it is so good. Yeah. You like start with like this, I like to call it the pixel art Bible, because it's like the meta almost. It's not really something you have to follow, but like it's the most optimal way to start out. But at some point you're going to end up abandoning it just for the funsies. I'm going to try making some rounded snake coil shapes as the handles, not handles, guard. One-by-one dithering is a rite of passage for every pixel artist. True. Only true pixel art kids will use one-by-one dithering. Only 90s kids will remember one-by-one dithering. Coil popping out over another one. The worst part is going to be keeping track of all of the snake coils. I'm going to need multiple dark values for this. Try this. Continue the shading of this snake coil right here. Can continue this snake coil over here. Assume 1x1 isn't checkerboard. 1x1 is checkerboard. It's like a checkerboard dithering, and then you learn how to space it out a bit more. That's 1x1 dithering. But when you evolve past it, you can use all kinds of different pixel sizes and pixel shapes. For example, 2x1 dithering, 3x1 dithering, 1x1, or not 1x1, 2x2 dithering. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. 2x1 is real hipster dithering. I feel like it's hipster dithering, but it's also like kind of basic in terms of hipster dithering, because like there's all kinds of different dithering tech. But 2x1 is one of the most fun and most commonly used ones. I don't blame them, of course. I find it really fun myself, but it's certainly one of the hipster dithering techniques that people discover first. Not to gatekeep. I just mean it's like really common for hipster dithering. There's so much good stuff you can do with 2x1 dithering. I've noticed whenever I used it in like a drawing, it makes the drawing look very trippy. Like you cross your eyes and look at it and it suddenly looks amazing. This kind of looks like a golden turd of a handle for now. Well, that reminds me. I remember there was an episode of One Punch Man that made fun of Donald Trump Tower, or Trump Tower. It's called like the Golden Turd Tower or something like that. One Punch Man is so funny. It's like an anime that makes fun of anime. Part of the reason why I'm streaming right now is because I don't really have anything better to do when it's like the weather is poor. Weather has a tendency to make me just feel groggy and whatnot. Yeah. So I don't really have anything better to do than sit in my room, or sit on my chair in my room for like 20 hours. Just a tiny highlight there. Actually, no, I'll put it towards the end. Enzimas was your favorite pixel artist when you were learning? There's a lot of good pixel artists nowadays that I feel like everyone should know about. So many dang good pixel artists. We're in like a pixel art golden age. I still recommend looking back on a lot of the old works of art on like, what was it, on Pixel Joint and whatnot as well. Despite being very old, they have a lot of like perspective shattering tech as well. Like, going back and looking at the works of Dimitri Deceiver has completely shaped the way I've thought about, like, shading in pixel art. And it's like, some of his pixel art's almost as old as I am. Talk about aging like wine. Not me, I mean his pixel art. Wait, hold on, I just realized why this looks weird to me. The perspective's like all wrong there. Perspective would be like way over here. If it wasn't already clear enough, I freaking love Anamanaguchi. That's why I play their songs every stream. I recommend checking it out if you haven't already. Some of my favorite chiptune. Not having the blade centered on the guard feels kind of strange to me. I'm working on it. There's going to be a bit more stuff over here. I'm trying to make it look like there's coils of snakes all around the blade. So there's going to be like more snakes built on this side to make it balanced out on both sides. This one does feel kind of off though. Kind of looks like a snake head instead. Yeah, hold on. I might restart on that actually. Hold on. Mash Control Z all the way to the beginning. I want to start again on this. It's gonna delete a whole bunch of stuff, but we gotta start over. Alright, now I'm gonna try making one continuous snake. Nope, that's a bit too tight. I'll just try this for now. Ah crap, I forgot my gold colors. That's fine, I can just remake them. Oh, it's Endless Fantasy. This is a good one. There we go. Try and even darker on. I'll even add like little belly patterns to the snake. Snake's gonna get darker the lower it goes, and the further away it gets from the light source, the cover it gets. This looks a bit more snaky. Keep the background as like the hyper shade, like the absolute darkest color. Just for separating things like this. Braid out. Oh, my eyes burn. too dark for that anti-aliasing. Got a bit more icky banding to deal with. Hey, it's in the basement, my second favorite Monoguchi song. Careful not to make any tangents, true. It's actually expanding a bit too far down. Alright, the super highlights are going to be pure white, and then we can ombre out even further from there. This is just going to be the base lighting for this side for now. Make a snake pretzel shape over here on this side. There's going to be a head of the snake on this part of the handle almost. Just gonna separate that a bit. Oops. What are tangents again? Honestly, I forgot too. I think it has something to do with, what's it called? Like jaggies, almost. It's basically when you have a line that's like this, there's a few parts that stick out, like any poking out edge This particular is a big one. I'm not sure if that's what the tangents are, or maybe tangent is like in terms of having like a loop or like a circular shape or not that doesn't actually work. Perspective, a tangent is when an object in the background looks like it's touching an object in the foreground. Ah, alright. Grief, my arm can't stop shaking. Having like weird arm spasms right now. Perspective consistent. Also, I don't believe I said it before, but see ya, Uda. Good luck on what you're doing. Here we go. Perspective on this is slightly off. Wait, the lighting's supposed to be coming from top left, so I should not be shading it like that. There, at least. And my shading's way off. I was like shading it from the top right. That doesn't make sense. That kind of makes sense there. This right there does not. Shade this blade. There we go, slightly better. Right now I just need to rework the shading over here, because this shading is kinda nasty. Maybe I can try to do the ring here. Because yeah, that kind of strikes me as a spot to dither. I'll leave it like that for now. I'll come back to it when I feel like elaborating more on it. Alright, now I just need to even out this area right here. I'm just going to set up a big old rectangular shape here. Alright, I know what to do. Two snakes' foreheads are like touching right here. They come out from over here and sort of like bend down here towards that angle. Give them little eyes and everything. So I'm sure it's perspective as well. Stop making it rigid, like one by one. A little better, yeah. Down to the little snake snoot. I need to darken up these areas. Just realized I haven't been talking about much. I'm trying to remember, there was something I really wanted to talk about on stream a bit ago. Wait, oh, I remember it, never mind. That's something I'm gonna save for another time. Gold is a very weird metal. It's like one of the metals that don't like conduct light as well when in like a really refined form. Because like it doesn't shine like like you'd imagine a giant plate of steel to shine. Because steel has like tons of layers, but like gold it usually doesn't. It's so soft that it can be refined into a thin like sheet. And it's very, what's the word, like opaque? I don't want to say opaque. Opaque means like non-transparent, but it's like very flatly colored, oddly enough. It scatters light all kinds of funny ways, but it actually does not like have funny... It doesn't have shining like this, per se. Or like a giant platform of it would just like shimmer like that. It's very rounded in its shading, rather than rigid straight lines, kind of like this. There's actually a lot of creative liberties you can take with gold. My personal favorite is to make it darken into like a coppery color. Almost. Erase this one pixel, place one pixel there, bam. There we go. Now we give them little eyeballs. I'll probably make their eyeballs like gems or something, just to make them stand out from the gold already. Am I familiar with Don Hertzfeldt? Oh yeah, I love their stuff. Like their animation is, what's the word? Deceptively simple. It is incredibly well animated. I love their stuff. I'm trying to remember. There was this one short. It was like an advertisement, I want to say? No. What was it? Oh, it was. It was like a short film he made about the struggles of being an artist. Certified a classic. World of Tomorrow is streaming everywhere for free. Yo, nice. Only the first one? Yeah, I've already seen the first one, unfortunately. I haven't seen the rest, though. Really gorgeous. I wish more people would give it a chance, but they're always like, ooh, stick figure, boy. I was actually thinking of making a Don Hertzfeldt style short film for a bit. It was going to be about someone called the Lost Cosmonaut. Insane. Oh, it's TPD. Also, I forgot to ask, is the music alright? Like, is it too loud or something? I always forget to, like, adjust the mixing, so it's always either too loud or too quiet in some way. It's such a beautiful day. Yeah. Wait, I already read that one. I recently rediscovered my love for Don Hertzfeldt's works when he was I forgot what his name was. He's a very good video essayist. No. I forgot. It'll come to me later, but they make really good video essays. They made a video essay on the work of Don Hertzfeldt. It's really good. It helped me rediscover my love for this stuff.
Everything else you've ever been told about yourself.
It's fine? Alright, thank you.
We are
Just checking, just checking.
Because we come from source energy and we are all one. We have to realize that our brothers and sisters that we're seeing in the dream are mere reflections of our inner self. Yin and yang, love and hate. People that we dislike.
I love it when like a song just sticks like a psychology lecture in the middle of it.
a true successful manifestation.
Like, yeah, I know you're listening to
Our
Six
deepest,
Beats,
most
but here's this
pure
TED talk
self.
about the
We
science
are
of
beings
the
light.
anima
Our
and the universe.
mission is to feed creation.
Found out
Create
about Don
cosmic
Hirschfeld is his
energy
work on The
on
Simpsons couch
spaceships
gag.
forever.
Same, kind of. That's the one, that's the thing the video essayist was talking about when his video essay was that. It's a really good couch gag. Yeah, probably the best. You think you watched that video? Yeah. Just trying to remember who made it. I'm a really big fan of their work. I just have a hard time remembering their name for some reason.
Anamataguchi, dude.
James?
It's
No.
all because of you that we did all this tonight, and I had a rad night. Thank you. This is The Illusion. I ran long, as always, dude, because I get so fired up on the dream.
Jacob Geller. Jacob Geller, that's who it is. Good grief. I don't know why I forget his name so much. I watch his every upload. Jacob Geller's amazing. Bright yellow? Nah. Jacob Geller has some. Oh, OBS is disconnecting again. No. Not again. No. I think my dad's in a video call. Which, yeah, here it is. Disconnecting again and reconnecting again. This happens every time. Come on. I can't get a break with my internet. The gleam. The gleam. The golden. OBS keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. Come on. It's always like this. You get such a short amount of time to stream during the day before the internet just dies. Almost done with the guard here. Need to convey the scales of this thing. There's a few other techniques that let you do that, quite like one-by-one dithering. Especially on this macro scale. On larger pieces you have many more options. Oh, come on. I keep accidentally using that round line tool. It's the worst. Why does it exist? Why? Hey, the stream isn't dead quite yet. Let's go. I jinxed it, didn't I? Fisheye lens is awesome. It's my favorite perspective. All I'll say is fisheye lens is really difficult with like characters. It's like really, I wouldn't say simple, but it's simpler when you try it with environments. Because you can just make like the perspective line curve around the bottom. And curve around the top too. Dude, characters in fisheye lens are my worst skill. For sure. I've tried it so many times in real life and in pixel art, it never works for me. I just don't know how to do it just yet. I guess I last tried in like 9th grade. I should probably try again soon. It'd be nice to learn sooner than later. But yeah, Fisheye Lens is goated. With the sauce. Foreshortening is so hard in general, true. I also have a very hard time with like dynamic perspective, I guess. What the? I keep forgetting that Anamanaguchi just says like long periods of silence in the middle of their song for no reason. Every time it trips me out. Like, I see these these artworks on, like, Instagram particularly, where, like, people have, or it's, like, a character, and it's, like, from the angle of their shoe, where their shoe was, like, huge, and then, like, they're all small. I have a hard time pulling off that perspective as well. I remember I used to love having a Walkman. It's like an MP3 player device, almost like an iPod shuffle. Good grief, I feel old just by saying that. What was it? I remember there were a lot of songs I had on there that would just end in abrupt silence for 30 seconds. I was just like, what song is this? Oh, it's one of my favorites, great. Memello's really good at foreshortening, true. Really good, yeah. I wonder if they were, like, into, like, art IRL before then. They probably were. Most artists start IRL, of course. But, like, I've heard some, like, digital artists get really good at perspective from, physical art first, and then translate the skills. Maybe they just did a lot of practice. You know what they say about practice. Pixel art is your one good and only good experience of 2D art. Honestly, somewhat same. I used to really like pens and monochrome, so do just black and white with pens. And I eventually like grew out of it as one of my friends gave me a box of colored pens. And then eventually I started pixel art just online for no reason. And it kind of grew on me. Wouldn't you know it, I am now like 6 years later and I still suck at pixel art. It's like one of those bait and switch feel-good stories on Reddit where it's like, a couple years ago, I got in a car crash and I'm paralyzed from the neck down. Here's a stock photo of a dude standing up and going on a marathon. Your hands are naturally really shaky, so the weight of the mouse really helps. Same. I remember seeing this good TED Talk recently. Or not recently, I guess. It might sound cliche, but there was like this dude who had, I think it wasn't cerebral palsy, what was it? They got in a car crash and damaged their spine. And basically they couldn't stop shaking after that. And they used to be an artist, so by the time they like were told the diagnosis, they felt like their life was over. And then the doctor said, maybe you should embrace the shake. So like maybe you're, so maybe, I mean, not maybe yours. I mean, that person used that bit of information as inspiration for their art style. Or they would then just like make art out of like very weird niche things just because, you know, necessarily need to have the most stable hands to make stuff. Of course, a lot of art requires very, very fine motor skills. It's still kind of cool though, because there's like a lot you can do even with that. 10 years ago you had Crippling Gambling Edition. Here's a random stock image of a penthouse, and here's my GoFundMe. Hold on, is this a remix of... Oh, it's a live replaying of Endless Fantasy. I should probably start working on the actual handle and maybe Snake's eyeballs. Okay, all that brown is the background. So I'm gonna make a kind of gold-green color to represent like the light reflecting off of the gold. So I'm also gonna add just a hint of white right there. I don't want it to be too noisy. Might even just get a really bright green color. It's hard to make faceted gemstones on such a macro scale. Oh man, this is a pickle for sure. Might even be better if I just didn't shade them. Just left them like that. Yeah, just like brighten the whole thing. This is scuffed. I'll just keep experimenting until I find something that sticks. The eyes do require a gleam, that is true. I just need to get a good shading tone. I'm not sure where. Maybe I need a really, really bright green. Stick right there and there. Honestly, that kind of works. I'm gonna move this entire sword a bit to the top right. It's gonna mess with the outline just a bit. The outline's gonna be like off screen up here, but I think it's gonna be required to get the whole handle in. So what did we agree on? Like a cherry brown wood? Like a cherry red wood, I should say. Not quite. It's like a pink cherry wood, I think. somewhat fitting. I need to just... This ending is for sure going to be very different when I'm done with it. Like the pommel. It's going to be very different for sure. I'll grab the eye gleam tones. Actually, I can just, there we go. Little gleam on the eyeball. I've actually been recently getting into snake keeping. Like, I don't even have a snake. I just find, like, certain snakes to be very adorable. Called lemon yellow boas? I know. Yellow ball pythons. They're adorable. Actually adorable. They're like very, very big snakes, and they like to curl up, but they're also like incredibly soft. Like their scales are just like very squishy. And they also like to turn into, like, they roll themselves up into, like, a big ball instead of, like, a coil. And you can just pick them up when they're in that big ball form, just hold them. They'll eventually, like, escape, or not escape, they'll, like, eventually stomping ball. They're adorable. Darken this just a bit. And grab Freddy Tones. Untransform. Dude, I would love a ball python. Ball pythons, like, they look scary. They're, like, actually really cuddly and cute. And they're, like, really easy to keep. You feed them, like, once a month and you stick them in a drawer until you want to, like, bring them out. And they like being in little drawers. It looks really weird, but they really don't care. They just want a cold, dark place to sleep. If you provide that and like food once a month, bam, you have yourself a little friend. That's one thick handle. True. I could thin it out. I always have a problem making the handles way too thick. It's a consistent problem. I'll quit making thick handles when I want, okay? This song always like trips me out. It feels like a Kero Kero Bonito song. Every time it pops up on stream, I think I'm gonna get copyright striked. Personally, I never really liked it, but I'll let it play out. Amanaguchi gets another view. No, I'm just gonna... Alrighty. Shrink the wrappings just a bit. Make room for better writing, or not writing, lighting. And for a thinner handle as well. The song sounds exactly like a Kero Kero Bonito song. Sounds like the Bug Snack song. I love ambient occlusion. If ambient occlusion were a food, I would eat it. True. I could also imagine it as like a candy. It's like a transparent candy that like reflects light into the center, so it looks like it's just a piece of ambient occlusion. I would eat that. I would eat it every day for the rest of my life if I could. I think the palm will also look kind of like a snake head. I'm going to draw it at that perspective just so I don't have to draw another snake eye. I banded. Oh no, the pixel police are gonna come to me and kill my family. No. Pixel elitists are on their way. They're sending hitmen after me already. White pixel, one light pixel. Bam. Now the last thing I want to do is I want to make this green aura make a bit more sense. I know what to do. Shove it down over here. Round it out. Make it look like it's dripping venom from the fangs. Bam. I'm a genius. Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. Something's wrong. The handle is ever so slightly off perspective. No. I'll keep the pommel. Maybe like right there. This little red handle I can rework. The colors over there so I don't forget them. That can look like it's piling onto itself at the bottom, referring to the aura. I was actually gonna make it like ombre off the bottom if I could, because like I kind of don't like having it like all the way to the hilt. I just wanted to make it look like the sword itself was enchanted and not the handle.
You are listening. You're watching Anamanaguchi. The whole band, all here, all around this place. On the four corners of the USA.
So the Anamanaguchi like live set, they're just like talking about like mid-set. They're like, yeah, you can subscribe and like, and if you're listening to Anamanaguchi, check us out on this channel TV.
We're gonna play some more songs for you guys. We're not done. We have more. There's a
Oh, I know what you were trying to say. Instead of like
And
making it pile onto itself, it could be like a coil.
Broadband, brought to you by 5G.
Yeah, I see what you
Arcus
mean.
over there, he's
I
brought
think
to
I
you by
see what you mean.
T-Mobile. Luke, I told you he's in California, but did you know that he's really in a Belkin router?
At least I think I see what you mean, just like a little bit. Make it more cloud-like at the bottom, so it doesn't just like look weird.
Also here from Linksys. I'm here from AT&T. So if you want to follow us on
There we go. For a second I thought you meant like making it look like it was like
an app.
covering the whole
There's many
hilt.
apps that you can download that will help you look at us, talk to us.
Yeah, this makes it look feel a bit more natural.
Because when this stream ends,
Good
you can watch the video
catch.
again, but if you want to really hang out, we started a Patreon. So if you like this stuff, hey man, you should come support the Patreon, hang out on our Discord.
Should make it like connect at the
Chat.
top.
Throw the memes in, throw in some games. We're a band. We're called Anamanaguchi. Don't get it twisted. There are other
I
bands
think I'll
out
make it
there.
thinner towards the top.
They call themselves Anamanaguchi. They're not. They're not. The way that you know you're listening to Anamanaguchi is when you're looking at your iTunes and it spells it out. Now there's so many people out there who come up to you and say, "Yeah, I'm in a band, Anamanaguchi."
Alrighty, now I'll fix the handle real quick.
They're lying to you. Kick them to the curb. Block them. You can embarrass them. Stolen valor. That's a strategy. Post it to TikTok. Show them, who you don't mess with. And that's us. So,
Wait, I know what to do.
We're doing
New layer.
Let's get back to it.
Move this layer in between the background and the foreground. Put one line in here. Oh, it's the Hatsune Miku collab. I forget that this song exists. Alright, this will help us get the perspective of the handle perfect with the blade. And now we simply fuse down one layer. There we go. I think that handle will be much... Yeah. Hate it when you accidentally color the background with the wrong color, yeah. I still find it so funny that Hatsune Miku is like the what's it called? The mascot for Domino's in Japan. I think Nick Robinson has like a whole series on Miku in Domino's Japan. I just find it really funny. Yeah, I think, was it the Noid? They used to have a mascot called the Noid. And basically, some dude carried out a mass act of violence because he was annoyed that the name Noid matched his, and everyone bullied him for it. And eventually they decided to just throw that out. And for whatever reason, Japan's just like, okay, no more Noid, Hatsune Miku time. It's so weird. Japan's like the trippiest culture in the world. What the heck is going on there? Like, it's the only place where you can have like anime girls on billboards and then have like the main leader be assassinated out of nowhere. It's so crazy. I love it when they just throw in random samples, like pans being tossed down the stairs. This time I'll use a eraser instead of a brush tool with the background color. Random samples are the best samples. My favorite is when there's just like a random voice sample of like some dude making a funny noise. Like there's this one song I used to listen to a while back called Meow. And basically there was just like a random sample of just a dude saying meow. Like not a cat meowing, just going meow. That was it. Hey, finally it's prom night song. This is a good one. Oh, the bass is very audible in this one. In the original version, it's much more synth-based. You can actually hear the bass in this live set. Okay, I think that's gonna be mostly it for this sword. That was a pain. I put it on myself for trying to do something so weird and complex. The gleam. I might have to take a snack break, not gonna lie. Last time I ate was breakfast. And that was 8 hours ago. Okay. Hold on, this will be the sword for now. I'll be right back. I really need to eat. I'm gonna pause the music, unfortunately, just that way, YouTube doesn't think I'm just playing music streamed without a license and whatnot. I'll be back in a sec. Muting the mic real quick. Alrighty. I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that wait. I really needed to eat right about then. Alrighty, next sword. I'll leave that one there for now. I might touch up on all of these when I put them together in one big drawing at the end of the month. Next prompt is neon. Oh boy, we're gonna have lots of fun with this one. Wait, hold on, let me close my door real quick. So, neon sword. This will be either really good or really bad. I was thinking like a almost RGB neon like katana sort of thing. Going full Katana Zero aesthetic. Oh, we're back. We're back. Alright, sorry, I'm still eating, but like... I thought the stream was down for a second there. But it came back. Thank goodness. Just in time for peanut butter bagel ASMR.
So, this has been totally crazy for you, for us, for everybody involved. But yeah, we're super stoked to be here. Thanks to Porter Robinson for inviting us. Thanks to y'all for being here. And thanks for everyone else for playing the show and just like, I don't know, having a good time? You know, it's all good. It's so cool to be here with y'all. This is our last song. It's the last track, or second to last track on our album, USA. It's called We Die, and we hope y'all enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh no. Oh no, it's copyrighted. No, 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 no. That was a close one. That was a close one. Yeah, that's probably why the stream kept dying. I guess Anamanaguchi was copyrighted the whole time. That's a shame. Or at least that live set was. I'm not sure what else might be. I'm pretty sure I got grazed by it. The warning is not going away. I think it's like a permanent tag now the video's screwed kind of thing. I'll have to edit it if I want to ever re-upload that stream footage. You know what? I know DM Dokuro won't kill me. That was spooky. Well, I think I know why all my other streams kept crashing. Alrighty. Could use this to make a katana edge real quick. I'm gonna try diagonally this way. And we erase the left side. Let me flip horizontal, not horizontal, vertical. Let's try a sword blade facing the left. I always go for the right, but I better try left for once. Left is usually reserved for like axe heads. Hold on, I got another bagel I need to finish up. almost done. Give me a sec. Sorry, it's a big bagel. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's do this. I'm quickly smoothing out this line a bit. It feels a bit janky from that weird tool I was just using. Copy that. Paste it 1 pixel below. A little closer, I want to say. Oh. There we go. Feel that bad boy. Smooth out the end. I'm gonna push it to the very top so we get as much time, or we get as much built as possible. What color neon is it gonna be? What color does neon burn? Neon can be many different colors, but I'm pretty sure it's like normal state is like orange, maybe pink. Come on, I look up Neon and the first thing I see is like a bunch of weird sculptures of like naked women. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the chemical. Thank you, Google. Very cool. Alright, I think I'm gonna go for like a carbon black hilt. Which means I may have to... Actually, what if I tried making the hilt like darker than the background? That could work. If it looks good enough, I might make a sheath for it. Hold on. Right there. So this might sound really freaking cringe, but like, katanas are actually forged in a really cool way. Like back when they were first developed, there were basically no metal treatment methods at the moment to make good steel. So the only way to make a blade strong enough to like pierce through hardened leather and studded leather and chainmail was to just keep compressing the same metal over and over and over again until it was like super thick. It was still made of iron. It wasn't quite steel yet, I don't think, because steel refining methods weren't around because they didn't have foil. But they basically just kept like folding the bar, the ingot that they used to make it, forge it. They kept folding the bar in half over and over and over again until it was like super thick. For the time, like, katanas were pretty cool. They were way ahead of their time in terms of like steel. Unfortunately, that's the same bit of history that a lot of anime weebs use to say that the katana is objectively the best weapon ever, which just simply isn't true. I'm pretty sure if like a samurai were to come up with like, or fight someone with a gun, I'm pretty sure the person with the gun would win. Like, there's no circumstance where the person with the gun doesn't win. But there's some people out there who think, yeah, I could probably take out someone with a gun with my katana. It's kind of funny. Like, yes, this one dude who watches nothing but anime is like, yes, I could defeat an army ops officer with an assault weapon using my katana. What if they suck at aiming? In that case, it's just a free win no matter what weapon you have. You could strangle them with your bare hands if you wanted. Like, it's really funny to just automatically assume that katana's the best weapon in every scenario. Internet neckbeards, man, they're the funniest thing. I remember on Twitter there was like this huge debate of like I wouldn't say one, there were a couple anime fans saying that katanas could beat someone with a gun. Alright, see you, man. It was fun having you around. Have a good rest of your day. Ciao. Alright, now I repost the stream link to get more people on. Let's go! I've been meaning to do this for a while, but I was gonna only do it after I finished eating because I didn't want to just invite people to me chowing down on a bagel. Grief. Bruh. Man, my throat hates me right now. Oop, I did not want to press that. That looks pretty cool. I definitely need to gray it out. I mainly just use that dark tone because it would make sense against the bright pink edge. I might turn on some just funny stock music, because I genuinely don't think there's much else I could listen to without getting my stream taken down. It's either that or like a 24-hour loop of DM Dakuro, and I'm pretty sure DM Dakuro might not like that. Bright pink. I'm gonna slowly ombre this edge into blue. Wait a minute, this looks like a... what is it, the trans rights flag? Wait, no, I think it's the lesbian flag. I forget. I'm very out of touch with the Alphabet Soup community. I remember I made a piece involving it at some point. I'm not sure, but it looks like a pride flag of some kind in terms of colors. That do look kind of funny. I'll work on it and like smooth it out later on. I do want there to be some un-anti-aliased edges to it because I think that makes it look sharper and deadlier. Hold on, I might expand it by like one more pixel down. Sword back. Continuous. I think the sword just needs slightly more thickness if it's going to pull off the look better. Because the edge is only so thin compared to the rest of the sword, so it just needs to be thickened out for balance. I'm gonna make the... what's it called? Is it called the hilt? I forget. I always called it the handguard. Pretty sure the correct term for it is hilt, but like, come on, handguard sounds like something you should actually be putting in front of your hands to guard them. Hilt just sounds like a really weird term for like weapon. Alright, pull out your hilt. It very chromatic, or not chromatic, but like chrome colored. So it's going to be very bright whites and grays for this handle, for the hilt. Hey, I kind of like that lighting, actually. Reminds me of like a backlighting almost, but like not quite. It's just the light of the sword itself casting a reflection on this. I think I could even like add a really bright blue hue to this. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, I have an idea. I'm gonna slowly transfer the blade itself onto a new layer. And then I'm gonna outline that in particular. I'm gonna outline just the blade. I'm gonna do a similar outline effect to the snake sword I just did a couple seconds ago. Copy that. Delete it. Paste it here. Copy that. Delete it. Paste it here. Copy that. Delete it. And paste it here. Almost done already with this part. There we... Wait, I forgot about the blade itself, like the back end of it. Control-C, delete, layer down, Control-V. Alright, now I'm gonna outline the edge of this katana with a couple outlines of color. This is gonna make it look like the neon part is actually glowing, because that's the intention. I might even desaturate but brighten all these colors a bit more to imply that they're a light source. So for example, this one right here. Just beef it up. Never mind, hold up, what? Oh, I see, I painted the wrong one. Alright, this pink one I'm gonna make really bright pink. Bright purple, really bright indigo or mauve, really bright blue, because blue is the darkest color on the chromatic scale, I believe, so we want to brighten as much as possible. At least the dark blue is. You can get a really bright teal or aqua blue. Hold on, I'm actually going to darken it a bit so it fits in with the rest, but also so it contrasts with the lighting on the handle, because I actually really like the custom lighting there. Keep that. Okay, now I'm going to grab... Oh crap, I forgot about that tiny pink tip at the end. Ow, my eyes. Alrighty, as I was saying, I'm gonna outline the edge of this katana so it looks like it's casting light a little bit. Let's start with this hue right here. Shift O. Delete this entire backside here. Oh crap, I forgot about the layer being consistent. Increase the size of the eraser. That looks pretty banded, but bear with me, we can do it again. And then we can even make it uneven if we felt like it. Oh, come on. I did the same exact thing I did last time. I'm gonna slowly chip away at it from the top until it's smooth. We can manually do the rest from here. In fact, I'm actually gonna darken it a bit more. I think it's a bit too bright. There we go. So now I slowly make this quote-unquote banded line thinner towards the top. So that way it gives the appearance that the light is slowly fading as it goes up, therefore making it less of a band and more like an actual, you know, light coming off the sword itself. Assuming the light gets dimmer towards the tip, which I probably imagine would happen. Because the lights on the outside are very dark, they're going to be low contrast, which means we can actually effectively blend them with a very good, like, ombre effect using dithering. With little to no consequence, of course, to our piece itself. Look at that. It just looks like a kind of darker spot on the outline. Dark, too bright. What? Blue is such a weird color to blend with. Oops. Alrighty, we can keep going down in the blue scale. This too dark. Still just a little too dark. Why blue gotta be so dark? No, I'll take that. Finally, we have the teal cyan color. Go. Actually, you know what? That kind of looks bad, not gonna lie. Hold on, I'm gonna make it. You know what? I'm gonna fix it later. I'm gonna try making the sword brighter at certain spots to better imply that it's a light source. Yeah, I like that. It's gonna end up looking a little janky up close, but if we pull it off, it's gonna pay off very well. Alrighty, now we can actually apply a bit of thickness to the sword by just beefing up these little anti-aliasing spots. You have to be careful going towards the top, eventually chip them off entirely. You know what? I might try the spray paint tool. Let's try 10 by 10. Never mind, that looks bad. Uh-huh. Ooh, I have an idea. Oh, this is gonna be kinda sick. Kinda nutty. I can beef up the brightness later on. Continuous. I'm gonna delete this brighter outline. For this light implied outline. Oop. Forgot that was connected at the base. Pull out our eraser, do some fine erasing. It looks a little better, a little more than like what I was expecting. Now we just add a bit of value to this. Steel has very cool reflective properties, and we can abuse that to make a decent shading, like technique almost, if you will. Light has a bias to bend light in straight lines along the crystalature of the steel itself. Most steel is often malleable and therefore pressed into thin sheets, therefore having almost like grain-like wood texture. Except instead of grains, it's like straight strands of pure metal reflecting light in straight lines. So we can abuse this, as I said before, and make some dope effects. Nope, I forgot I had the brown on right click. You know, I'm gonna try brightening up the other ones and desaturating them a bit. This kind of reminds me of the Muramasa from Calamity Mod. Like, just the general, like, sprite composure. Composition is the word I was thinking of. Alright, instead, I'm gonna grab this dark background color, brighten it up a pinch, and of course, Force OBS disconnects. Thanks, OBS. Love you too. Mwah. It's still public. I don't know why it's just broken. Alright, we're back. We're reconnected. Let's go. Let's try Shift-O, the outline again. Hold on. Maybe if I brighten this up in like saturation? No, never mind, that looks bad. I'm just gonna resolve to just remove it entirely. We can work on lighting effects and advanced lighting later on. For now, I think I'm gonna darken the background just a pinch. I still like the pure black, like carbon, what's the word? Like graphene texture we could have if we use pure black. The issue is, it's going to be a difficult thing to maintain for very long. Oh, I forgot I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. I like how that gives it like a bit of depth. I mean, I could anti-alias right there. Should I really? You know what, never mind. I like that. There we go. I'm going to try to make a similar pommel at the end here to the handle. Very geometric, very simple. I'll even account for perspective shifting, so that way we don't see too much at the bottom. There we go. Alrighty, now I just need to add the graphene texture. I know I'm kind of rushing this one, but like, come on, I got like 12 more to do before I'm finally caught up with today's kind of bonkers. If I'm pulling an hour each. Try very dark, almost black gray. We're gonna grab our 2x1 dither skills. Oh yes. Or 1x2 I should say. You know, I kind of like it if it starts from here. Behold, 2x2 or 2x1 dithering. Technically 1x2 dithering, but who cares? Bam. I'm gonna call that one there for now. I can touch it up later on when I release the full drawing of all of them combined. But for now, I think this is how it's gonna be. Alrighty, next sword. Woven. A woven sword. I'm not really too sure what sword would be woven. What if it's like a basketry sword, which is just like a reed? It's like a reed leaf and the rest of the sword is like a folded up reed. That'd be cool. Woven. I could do the easy option and just do a Hollow Knight needle. I kind of don't like that though. Feels too easy. A woven sword. is sharp and fibrous that can be woven? Like plexiglass? Fiberglass? I'm not sure. I don't know why, but like a yarn sword popped into my head. Ow. Ooh. It's killing me all of a sudden. Thanks, brain. Love you too. Oh, that hurt. That was like a punch directly to my brain. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just realized this is an hour loop. I've been listening to the same song for over 40 minutes, or almost 40 minutes. Oh, there's a new Eudoxia Mysteries video, a new Daily Dose of Internet. I'll put on some astrophysics. I really like their stuff. I hope they don't have like a content ID set up. I mean, I hope they have like content ID to catch thieves, but I hope they don't content ID streams. Because typically no one pirates a song through streaming. I mean, if you do, you're just an idiot that's directly streaming it anyway. Might as well watch the original, right? Man, this one's kind of got me stumped. You know, I'm gonna try the reed idea. I'm gonna try a dark blue background. Alright, now I'll grab my reed colors. So this one I'm just going to sketch out with line tool real quick. Not katana-like, more like a rapier edge, I guess. Very long, very thin. It'll fit into the basketry handle idea I'm gonna have right back here. The basketry likes to fan out and then turn around inwards. This is why, you know, when you see like those stereotypical shonen hats, they're like woven out from somewhere. That's basketry. This, I'm going to do sort of the same thing, except it's going to be a basket handle, a really long reed leaf as a blade, and like a basketry handle and everything else. So it's all just intricately woven together. It's going to be very difficult to get that texture, but I think we can do more dithering shenanigans to do that. Whoa. Man, my guts do not like me right now. quickly delete this background here. I'm going to deposit it on a lower level. There's not going to be much of a pommel, because how do you weave a pommel? In fact, most rapiers have like a sharp pommel. There we go. I kind of like that pommel. Short on one side. Alrighty. Oop, I forgot about non-continuous filling. Alright, non-continuous. Wand tool. Grab a fat brush. I'm gonna make the reed darker towards the middle. I believe reeds get darker green towards the middle, I'm not sure. So it wouldn't hue shift to blue, I think. Goodness, this song, every single time it plays, it like makes me think there's gonna be Undertale Bone Streusel. But it's just Astrophysics Breakcore. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just kind of funny. Like they have such similar like beats. Just kind of trips me out. Teeny reed vein all the way to the end. Whew. Instead I'll blue shift the edge. The rest of the basket is going to be like all yellows and all blue, greens, I mean. how it's looking so far. But again, that texture is going to be what it's all about. If we don't pull off that texture, the whole read look will be for naught. So it's something we got to be very cautious of. I can even add a yellow edge if I wanted, but that would be very dangerous to work with. Never thought I'd say it. Great chord music is kind of calming to me. I don't know why. Probably shouldn't. It's borderline jungle music with like thousands of beats playing at once. I don't know. It's just kind of chill sometimes. Kind of vibey. Reminds me of trance. Or maybe it just exhausts me. I don't know. But I don't really care either. I think I'm gonna... I kind of like that point, but I'm not sure if I like the anti-aliasing on the point. Maybe that, and then I anti-alias 2 pixels down, like this. I'll keep it as that for now. Give it a little point there. Oh man, my eyes are burning. I've been drinking lots of water today too, I don't know why it's like this. I'm gonna add some of these weird lines on it just to amplify the weird reed vein effect we have going on up here. I'll do the same with this other tone on this side. The Reed Rapier, that's a good name for it. The Reed Rapier. Hey, it's Beach House Space Song. I would love to play a non-remixed Space Song, or I mean Beach House song, because I love their stuff. It is amazing. Alright, now we don't use the fill tool at all. It's all reed texturing. It's going to be super noisy. That's the point of reeds. No copyright protection notices yet, thank goodness. Man, I've been so paranoid of copyright these past few years. Not even years, but like weeks, I guess. Copyright's been a big issue on my channel. They keep like shutting down my streams and stuff because of it. Like I just want to chill and make music. Well, not make music, I mean like draw with music going on in the background, but it's hard. It's hard. Because like I still want to credit the artists, I still want to, but like there's no widgets that let me do that without, you know, copyright claims. It's a bit unfortunate, really. I wish OBS had more customizable tools like that. Because right now, best I could do is window capture, like, a tiny corner of my screen. It's a bit scuffed. I really like that YouTube's been recommending me more small streamers now, though. I really like that. I admit I don't really watch most of them. That's probably the reason why I don't have any viewers, too. But it's really cool to see that I'm actually being recommended to people and their content I otherwise wouldn't have seen. It's a big step in the direction I was hoping it was going to take. I better tune into some of those streams some more. I also want to make creator friends. Such a good song. I feel like when I'm on my deathbed, I'm gonna remember this song. Wait, I just realized, this kind of reminds me of Hartman Oil. Very funny use of just like colors, I guess. I don't know. Nope, nope, I'm not risking it. Sorry, Anamanaguchi. Oh, Excel! I forgot about it. Excel is chill with copyright. They can play their music. That's great because I've never actually heard their Save This World mix. Or at least I haven't heard it all the way through just yet. Shout out to Excel, their stuff is really nice. Some of the coolest VFX, or not VFX I should say, more like coolest 3D art out there. It's just like really bopping music with like some of the sickest 3D animations I've ever seen. I love flutes. Oh yeah, backlight. Oh yeah. I think that's gonna be it for Woven. I think this is a very difficult prompt, and I think I did the best I personally can do with what I was given, because man, I am not good with very abstract prompts like that. Like, at least give me an object. Woven just makes it sound like it's gonna be just string sword, yarn sword. I want all of my weapons in this series to be somewhat, I guess, not functional, but like you could actually imagine hitting something with it. It's ping too. Sorry, I was just checking my notifications real quick. Alrighty, I'll start up the next one in that case. Hidden? Hidden? What's a hidden sword? Sorry, I'm so... These prompts are difficult. These prompts are very difficult. Hidden. I'm gonna try a very, very, very dark background and a only barely visible pure black blade. I'm gonna try that. Let's try a pure black blade, and I'm gonna just barely add a tiny edge onto it. I really like the idea of like a shadow knife. I don't know why. It's probably gonna be a bit basic though, so I gotta find out something else to do with it. Maybe it's got like a really shiny razor edge. Kind of goes against the point though. Wait, ooh, I know what to do. I know what to do.
This ends.
I know what to do. Pure black blade, but it's also being covered by a sheath with massive perspective shifting. Excel uses such creative instruments. It surprises me like every time they use some really niche instrument. It sounds like, I don't know, like a xylophone almost. Like they use xylophones, flutes, in combination with like synths. It's crazy. Like on first listen you might think it won't work and then it just does. Alright, I'm gonna try a metallic edge right here. Of this end of the sheet. Ow. Ooh. Ow. Sat on my leg funny. Ow. Yikes. That hurt. Darken it. You shift it slightly towards the blue color scheme. That's not your Discord pings, by the way. That's just the song. Trust me, it's annoying. I get fooled by it too. Song makes up for it by being good though. Real good. I think it was this and Moai, or Mort, however you pronounce it, that basically kicked Excel into like high status on YouTube. Like they were two very viral videos. I could be wrong though, I'm pretty sure those were some of the two biggest factors leading into them becoming what they are now. And of course, like outside factors aside from that, of course. Every artist's story has its nuance. Alrighty, so that's the metal tip of the, not pommel, what's the word? Sheath. Metal tip of the sheath. Sorry, I didn't mean to get super close to the mic and yell into it. I was adjusting my seat position. Alrighty, now we're gonna get our bronze. Oh, it's Moai. Moai. I don't know how to pronounce it. The perspective seems a bit off there. Hold on. So, by the way, the prompt is hidden. I should probably have specified that. Hidden. So I'm going to try to make a blade, like, popping out of the sheath, just barely. The blade itself is out of sight, but it's hidden in the sheath. And the sheath is all you get of it. Dude, I freaking love Excel's stuff. Mad respect for the flute, man. Not gonna lie, I kind of like that 3 pixel contrast there. I don't know why. Like, it's technically optimal to just fill that in. But like, I don't know, that 3 pixels there gives it like a bit more depth. Makes it look almost like wood texture, just a bit. Like that. I don't know why, it just looks nice to me. Alright, so I'm gonna basically fill in this entire area right here with texture lines to indicate that this is, in fact, a different value of lighting. Actually goes hard though, for real. I forget that they just have blind thud samples on hand. Alrighty. I'm not sure I like too much of that texture, so I'm gonna go back and just remove a little bit more of it. I like it where it is right now. It gives off the appearance of like cross-hatching, if you've ever done art in like real life with pencils and pens and whatnot. I remember when I was like a kid first learning how to actually draw, I abused the crap out of cross-hatching. Get a slight mid-tone here. I want to hue shift it a bit, so that way it's not like a monochrome palette with a bit of in-between tones. What's the term? Mid-tones. Mid-tones are just there to anti-alias and smooth out the difference between wood, or not wood, the leather texture and the metal texture. Not much else to use for it though. I mean, I guess it could serve as like a highlight every once in a while. I want to use it sparingly though, because as I said before, prompt is hidden, so blade's got to be hidden, so it's probably got to be kept on the down low. I like that. The distinction between colors helps it convey like where it is in terms of like how it's covered. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to draw like a cloak covering it or something, because that would cover up the blade itself. And because it's Swordtember, I can't really do that. I might chip away that brown bit just a bit there. I like it. It kind of makes it look like there's another metal piece there, but it's just too dark to tell. I can even just add a pinch of gray here to further imply this. Could hypothetically drag it all the way down there, but I'm just going to do it a tiny bit right there. Less is more sometimes. Especially when it comes to like abusing pixel art techniques. I can tell you for sure. Alright, now we can work on the funny sword. I'm gonna use copper highlights this time. I love me a copper palette every once in a while. I love me a copper palette in the morning. Not in the afternoon though. Evening's fine. Good old copper palette. I tell you what, I love me a copper palette. You know, I think it's actually a bit wrong as far as perspective goes. I'm gonna... How about this? Do this. And I black out the rest. So it's only a highlight like this. We can use our magic wand tool, clean this up a little bit more, and then we can fill in the rest of the area that would be hit by the light. So again, assuming the light source is directly over here, not quite pillow shading, but like still close to the observer, this area would light up in a little ring, sort of like this. I also want to make sure it's lit up this way so that would convey that there's still like a metal piece of the sheath still there. We can even have some more fun with this by just hipster dithering, adding more volume, not volume, what's the word, values. It's kind of reminding me of how Dimitri Deceiver draws, except he uses a lot less colors than me. I do like the black on bright colors though. Might be a bit tacky, but I think it makes it look very stark in contrast, very eye-popping. I, however, messed up the perspective, so hold on, let me fix that. Should be like this. Well, let me look at it in the context of the whole thing. Okay, it should be diagonal up by 2. Like this. Should be diagonal down by 2. Hold on, I'm gonna erase this. Alright, now we can start blacking this out. I'm pretty sure this is closer to perspective. I can expand the hilt this way. Oops, not quite like that. It also needs to expand this way, that's for sure. I'm gonna grab my bright red here just because I need something to cut this block with. Deleted. Now all we do is line like that. Go to use magic wand, delete. Expand it a bit that way as well because we just did. 2, 3, 3, 2. Somewhat consistent geometry. And I'm going to expand it down like this. Ooh, that actually looks pretty nice. Like just these 3 creating like a mini gradient. I like it. There, and bam, I think that's... Wait, I just need to shrink this side by 1 pixel. Hey, it's Subnautica Abandoned Ship remix. I know, not Abandoned Ship, it's just Subnautica song. Dude, Abandoned Ship from Subnautica goes so hard. I have no idea why a chill aliens planet aquatic game would have such hard, good music. It just does. I might play it after this song, actually. I really like Abandoned Ship. It's an amazing song. I remember someone recommended it to Small Ant once. It was kind of funny to see. Like, hey, his chat has the same tastes as me. Maybe because I'm technically part of his chat. Oh well. I love how I try to have these big brain thoughts and then I'm just brain dead. I do not like that perspective. I messed it up somewhere. It's supposed to be non-linear, jaggy, up. Alrighty, yeah, I'm gonna play some Abandoned Ship. I love that song. Like, why do they have to make Abandoned Ship go so hard? Actual Dimitri Deceiver colors right there. I'm just gonna assume that the what's it called? The handle itself will be out of perception of this perspective. So I'm just gonna shove the pommel right there. Actually, I could move it just a bit up like that. No, never mind, that looks way off. There we go. Yeah, that looks like it. Hold on, now I need to lasso tool this. 'Cause I'm gonna pull this away. I'm gonna fix it later on, but I just need to pull this away from there. So that way we can actually have the blade coming out of the sheath a little bit. Oh, it's playing again. Bruh. Good song. Good song. It's so funny to me that like random niche games have such amazing music sometimes. Like you'd never expect certain games to have certain amazing tracks. Hey, it's Wade the Samurai. This is a good song by DM Takuro. I recommend checking them out. Now we can actually make a straight edge for where the sword would be, or the blade would be, I should say. Obviously, the sword is where the sword is. that's circle tool. There you go, grabbing our line tool. We're gonna make a tiny, tiny little highlight where the blade is. Just go, oh, there's a sword here. Oh, oh, you want this sword? Well, too bad, you're not gonna see it. There's just a tiny little sliver of light there, that's all. That's all you get. You have to pay $40 for the sword DLC. Well, that reminds me. Any D&D players in chat? All Zero of you? Any Zero of you play D&D? Because, like, there's a, what's it called? There's been an update, or an amendment, if you will, to one of the new editions of D&D. And for whatever reason, they decided to make it DLC based on a digital platform where everything you buy is or everything you want to use for cosmetic purposes is required. Money is required, basically. So basically, it's becoming Fortnite. Dungeons and Dragons is becoming Fortnite. I don't know what to say. It's just, why? They really want our money. They really want everyone's money. It's so hard to make money when people are using their imaginations. They just had to, you know, take a leap of faith and steal as much money as possible. Yeah. Screw Hasbro. Screw Hasbro. Alright, I made a promise to someone I would add a little shiny glint onto every single sword I made. Even though this technically isn't like the whole sword, there's gotta be a tiny little glint somewhere. It's hard getting like a perfect edge to capture the light source, because like a perspective is somewhat inconsistent sometimes. Speaking of inconsistent perspective, there we go. Instantly fixed one issue. Alrighty. Slap a pixel of anti-aliasing there. Something else we can do is we can use some of these darker colors and combine them with the highlights to make little, like, dents into the metal, so it looks like the metal itself got damaged somehow. Like that. Just a tiny little dent. Bonus points, you could get a highlight, like a super highlight. Highlight the parts that would be protruding after the dent. Bam! You now have metal texture with dent. A prestigious reward indeed. You can even put like forge lines if you want. Personally, I just like adding wear and tear to items. It makes it look so much more genuine. Because like in so many video games, you end up with like these perfect, pristine swords that just kind of feel too, what's the word, like cliche. Like, so many weapon designs from video games are being, like, reused and beaten to the point where it's just, like, it doesn't mean anything anymore. So when you add a little bit of damage onto something that would otherwise be completely pristine, it makes it look like it's got its own story. Like, it's something that actually belongs there. Something real, I guess. No matter how cool or dope a sword looks, it'll never look real unless it's actually got some damage on it. And that's something I feel like a lot of swords just, like, fail to cover. Or fail to, like, represent. Like, most swords in video games are, like, perfectly pristine. Even, like, replica swords are, like, perfect looking. That's not really how swords work. No matter how cool or dope or indestructible a sword is, if you hit a bunch of things with it, it's gonna leave some marks on the sword. Whether there's stains or like, just like a bit of rust, it's gonna be there. So that's something you should always consider when making a dope sword. Like, is this usable? If it's usable, it should be damaged. The end. I'm not gonna make too many more marks. I don't want to like mark it up all the way. I just want to mark it up enough to where it's like you can notice it's marked up. I also don't want to anti-alias too much either, because I've been trying to break my chronic addiction of anti-aliasing. You see, Slicker, he'll take all your money and use it to gamble away, while I will take it and use it to pay for food so I can sit there and anti-alias for 12 hours straight. That's the difference between us. We are not the same. Marks on leather are a bit harder, because leather just doesn't mark, like, consistently. It's almost like you take your finger and you, like, brush up a bit of carpet that was otherwise just dry clean. It looks like there's just a little puff of, like, stuff that was messed with on the carpet. Same thing can be said with leather. If you disturb the skin with damage, it usually actually repairs itself because it's, like, elastic. So it might make a little cut, but the most damage it will do is like abrasively rub the surface off. So there's some spots that are a little lighter, some spots that are a little darker, just because leather likes to rub off. That's what I'm going for here a little bit. It's of course not the best example of it. I'll try a bit of dithering. And I think that'll be it on that end. Now I'm going to grab our copper color, add some highlights to it. Yellow tinted up a bit. Amplify the saturation. Alright, goodbye Goodbye Dimitri Deceiver palette. I'll miss you. We're using 3 colors for copper now. Dude, I'll never understand how Dimitri Deceiver does it. Their color theory is just insane. They're very intuitive with it. Very definition of the person who bends the rules. I remember like so many people were telling me that you can't band, you can't dither too much or it will create noise. You can't use desaturated colors on pure black because that's tacky. But then there's people like Dimitri Deceiver that just do it anyway, and it ends up looking better than like 90% of pixel art. That's just insane. Very admirable. Like they're just some dude making stuff, and it's still groundbreaking in the community. One step to making it a more open space for more open-minded people. Because that's a big issue I've seen with the pixel art community. I've already touched on that enough. I should probably quit using that as a talking point in every one of my streams. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that anti-aliasing there, just a bit. Alrighty, now we grab this dark color in the background, red shift it a bit, desaturate it, brighten it. Please don't be the same crap, it's even lighter than the dark red. Hold on. I'm gonna grab this dark blue and purple shift it instead. Purple and yellow are actually complementary colors, so if you want to find out like just a tiny dash of color you can put somewhere to make something pop out, yellow and purple is a good idea. Sometimes. Sometimes you make it pop out way too much, and then it just looks really weird. For instance, you never see anyone whose house is painted red and green, because, you know, it pops out too much. No one wants to be the center of attention with their house, because that only attracts, you know, thieves and please. So yeah, use complementary colors within reason. Just a tiny hint of a glimmer. Little shiny dweemer. Alrighty, I think that's gonna be it for Hidden Blade for now. It's a very tough prompt. I tried my best to make it, you know, a hidden blade, but it ends up looking somewhat generic. That's okay though. Not every sword needs to have a flamboyant, overtly, like, explosive, intense design. It can just be a sword. Witch. A witch sword. Huh. That's gonna be a tough one. I might actually save that for next stream. Because I'm probably gonna cut the stream soon. 4 hours, 0 viewers. I think it's pretty fair. Sorry to those who are watching this VOD later. Wait, never mind. It's actually copyright claimed. Apologies to anyone who wanted to watch this stream, getting it at the very end. But I appreciate you for coming, and I'll see you next time. Stay tuned. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.